Hello, my lovelies. Long time no see. Spirit says we should do a reading. I've been playing hooky, been goofing off, been doing some other things. So let's do some tarot. Let's see what's going on. What's the reading about, Spirit? Ooh, okay. Whoa, you're going to like this. 10 of Pentacles. All right, so some money is coming in a very big way. This one's flipping out. You got 10-10 back to back, okay? So we have some really positive changes coming in, but we also have some endings, right? Spirit's saying you've got to drop the baggage. You've got to drop the heavy load, right? And that's a conscious decision that you have to make in order to actually set yourself free to go towards this ultimate blessing. I feel like this could be something really unexpected for some of you. Yes, it could be things that you've worked for, okay? Maybe you're building a business and it's going to pay off and be successful for you. Maybe it's something totally different. Maybe it's an inheritance. Maybe it's a lottery win, something like that. Something you don't necessarily see coming, but it will definitely benefit you in future generations. The 10 of Pentacles is typically seen as generational wealth, right? It's something that is, they're giving me word accumulative, meaning that it builds over time. So this could definitely be things like stocks or like family wealth that's coming in. And it does look like you've waited a really long time for these things to change and happen. So I feel like this does hinge on some sort of decision. Could also involve a fire sign, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. I feel like this person is going to help you in whatever this venture is. However, you've already planted the seeds. So now they just needed time to grow and mature. We're in harvest season, right? So I feel like by the end of October, I feel like some of these things are really going to come in for you. So be smart about what you invest in. Be smart about the company you keep. Be smart about the baggage that you choose to let go of. And that might require some deep inner work, shadow work, or inner reflection. Maybe you just need some time alone. I'm that type of person. I need tons of alone time to function well. And if I don't get that, I'm a little crazy. I get very irritated with like literally everybody, my pets, the people I live with, and it can be a really toxic situation. So if you need time alone, speak up and say so. Go spend some time out in sunshine. Go spend some time outdoors, ground your energy. I promise you it will do you a world of good. And if you still feel like crap, go take a fat nap like I did this afternoon. That's why my hair's all crazy. And rest, recharge, relax, because we're in fall, right? Well, in the northern hemisphere, we're in fall. Other places, maybe you're not. But I feel like this is so important that you give your body that time to rest, right? Summer is so busy. We're going because the weather's great. We're doing a million things that we can't do in the middle of winter. And now we've reached the end of that. So now it's time for like the harvest to come in, for us to come in from all of the things that we've been doing and to rest and recharge. But guess what? It leads to a victory. You may be cast in the spotlight for some reason or another. Again, if you were to win the lottery, people are going to want to know who you are, right? If you all of a sudden come into a butt ton of money, they're going to be like, who the heck is that? Where did they come from? How did that happen? Let's say you win it big at a casino or something. Okay, well, people are going to want to know who you are, right? Because everybody comes out with the gimmies. They want their slice of the pie. If they weren't with you through the struggle, they aren't going with you for your glory, okay? Super important message coming through. Not only do you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Cups followed by the Magician. So you're going to have an extremely fruitful future as well as extremely happy. And guess what? Some of you have actually manifested these changes to come in. I know I have. I've manifested wealth and abundance for me and my collective. I've manifested love for the collective. I've manifested travel and movement should you need to move or want to move somewhere. So it looks like the weights and delays are being removed. So let go of this lack mentality and realize that more is always on the way, right? We need to let go of these things that are obstacles that are holding us back from where we truly desire to be, not just where we wish to be. A wish means we don't have it yet. Where do you desire to be? And let spirit match the energy. All right, just for shits and giggles, let's get a second deck out that I haven't used in several days. What's the energy, Spirit? What do we need to know? Is there anything important pertaining to the message that we've already pulled? Thank you. The Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. So, what was I saying? I've been manifesting love and money for my collective. There it is in black and white right there. So Ace of Pentacles is all about abundance, right? It might come through the 10 of Pentacles, 1 and 10, 11, more than enough. You're going to have more than enough. So don't worry about how the money is going to get there. Do your part and know that it will. You do have a choice to make about love. For some of you, you're going to drop a burden, a relationship that's a burden. It's not something you want. For others of you, you're going towards somebody brand new. Could be a soulmate that's coming in. What else? Yep. Somebody who's genuine, who's offering you their cup of love, the knight in shining armor. Ooh, your emperor, your divine masculine. So I feel like for some of you, you've been waiting for maybe like a twin flame to come in. I feel like this person could have been quite immature once upon a time, and so that might have taken a long time for one of you to take a leap of faith and go in a new direction, right? But there is abundance. They're telling me at the end of the rainbow, and I'm hearing the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That could also be significant for somebody. There is a rainbow in the 10 of Cups as well. Interesting. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know for the collective? What's happening? Thank you. Yep, Strength card. So we definitely need to take some time for ourselves. Look at how far you've come, right? Because that comes out with the Hermit. It takes immense strength to do shadow work, to transform, to go through all of these trials and tribulations and come out on top, right? And not, they're telling me something about smelling like roses, right? You're going to go through all of this stuff, but come out smelling like roses is what Spirit's saying. And that takes an incredible amount of strength. You are strong enough to overcome all of the challenges that are presented to you. Know that with faith, you can accomplish anything. There might have been a lot of nightmares, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety and negative thinking, but I feel like Spirit is about to kind of transform the situation. That comes out with the 6 of Wands. That's a victory. We're overcoming these challenges and we're coming out on top smelling like roses. I love it. All right, so we have a lot of worry in our mind, a lot of overthinking, but truly on the other side of that worry is happiness. Can you allow yourself some happiness in your life? Can you stop all the doom and gloom for a few minutes and put a smile on your face, even if you're faking it right now, and transform the energy and transmute it into something better? Because I think you can. I feel like you are building an empire. This comes out with the Magician. So not only do you know that slow and steady wins the race, right? Patience is definitely something that you need. Patience is a virtue. But I do feel like you might be a healer. You might be an entrepreneur. I feel like you're somebody who's really at this time very focused on your career, and that also could be what's holding you back and keeping you stuck. All right, Spirit. So what is it that's really holding them back? Yeah, themselves. Themselves, that's what's holding them back. We have the Hanged Man, both cards, okay? So you are what's holding this situation back. I feel like most of it is fear. But again, you have a wish fulfillment on the other side of that. Interesting. What else do we need to know about this reading, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, there's been lots of challenges, right? The Devil tells us that there's been strings attached, lots of temptation, addiction, codependency, violence, greed, all of these negative things, right? And we want to transform that energy. We want to overcome that because we don't want any of that negative baggage attached to our blessing. So we're going to detach from the negativity and go towards our blessing, and that creates some sort of breakthrough. But the truth has to be shed on this situation in order for us to actually transform things, right? So we might need to learn some lessons the hard way. That also requires strength, it requires alone time, and it requires balance. And so if you're missing any one of those key components in your energy, in your environment, then something isn't changing, right? It's stuck. So again, we need balance there. I feel like you're balancing your finances. You've been juggling a lot of things, right? That's why we've got to drop the heavy load. We've got to let go of the baggage, that confusion, be willing to try something new, go in a different direction. And there we also find love. I do think that this person has been working on themselves. I feel like this person has been trying to like figure out how to come into alignment with their forever person. I don't care about titles, twin flame, soulmate, future spouse, partner, whatever. I feel like whoever this person is to you is a wish fulfillment, right? They're the person that you want to be with. So whether it's love that's coming in or money or both, I feel like you do have a wish fulfillment that's coming in. Some of you could have prayed for this, manifested this, or even wished on a shooting star for this situation to change. And it's going to take teamwork to make the dream work. So I feel like it's so important that you collaborate with Spirit always, right? Check in with God. What is he telling you? Okay, what does God have to tell you about your situation? Are you listening? Can you hear him? And if you can't, you need some alone time. You need to be able to do that. I go out in the middle of the night sometimes and just go have a conversation with God. Just go talk to the stars and lay my concerns out there. Sometimes, like today, I needed a break. I needed to get out of my house. So I took my dogs to the dog park, and we were the only ones there for a first. So I sat there and had a conversation with God about all my woes, all the things that are bothering me. Came home, ate lunch, took a nap, feel amazing. So here we are. So I feel like you need some balance in your life, right? Everywhere, not just in one area. You've got to pour into your own cup first before you can pour into another. And wouldn't you know it, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like some good luck, good fortune is coming in for you. Any sort of illusions will be revealed to you. Remember to have boundaries because you're going to come into a lot of money. You have worked for this very hard. So remember this, if they weren't with you in your struggle, they do not get to be blessed in your future, okay? Remember that nights bring news. So there is news coming in. You might need to travel. You might want to travel. Movement, relocation. Again, pack your bags. I think you're moving. You're going to have lots of options. Make sure that it is the right one for you. And you need to communicate what's working and what's not. Say no to toxicity. I do think that you are a lifelong learner. And so some of these are lessons in your life. They're affecting my throat chakra. It feels a little funny right now. I feel like it's important that you speak up about what you really want, what you really need. I also think that, pages bring news. So there's some sort of news. This could be about employment. This could be about the money that's coming into you. And again, there could be a lot of heavy competition, rivalry, egos clashing, issues, arguments, all that good stuff. And look who we have at the bottom of the deck. We also have the Emperor. So I do feel like if you are willing to take a risk, you're about to end up with a wish fulfillment. And for some of you, it is your other half. It's your person, okay? And that brings balance into your life. I do feel like if it's a twin flame or a divine counterpart, you guys are here to create heaven on earth, right? You're here helping the collective ascend into the 5D or the Christ consciousness higher timeline, okay? That opens up doors of abundance. We have the Wheel of Fortune out here. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, so a lot of beautiful blessings are starting to unfold. It's almost like Spirit's telling me you had to pay your dues before the blessing starts to come in, but shit's about to get really fucking good. Have a great week.